Alright guys, so in this video I'm going to show you how to properly format your paper into MLA formatting. The first thing you're going to want to do is to open your paper. You're going to select the entire paper, which includes the last page, the works cited page. You're going to change the font to Times New Roman. You're going to change the font size to 12. You're going to click on these three dots that say More Paragraph Options. Paragraph Options. You're going to change the line spacing from single to double. And both of these, the before and the after, need to say 0. Your after probably says 8 right now, so make sure that it says 0. Then you can press OK. As you can see, sometimes you can go back over it. If it doesn't want to pick up everything, sometimes what I do is make it very small, and then I can highlight some more because it did not change the font size. So make sure everything's Times New Roman, size 12 font, because you're going to get a grade on the content, meaning, how is it well written, and you're going to get a grade on the formatting. So that's an easy grade to get a 100 on. Did you have the size 12 font? Is it in Times New Roman? Is it double spaced? Did you take out that line spacing after the paragraph, and so on? Okay, so this is what your paper should look like. I've talked to some of y'all about how to properly indent for a paragraph, and if you look on your keyboard, there's a button that says Tab, and you just click on it and it'll do it for you automatically. To get your titles, when you do the title, you're not going to put it bold, you're not going to italicize it, you're not going to underline it, you're not going to do anything to it. All you're going to do is align it to the center. You can click that button. See, I undid it. I'll click it again, and then it just lines up in the middle. Now, if yours messes up, you might have taken yours and pressed the space bar until it went all the way to the middle. You're just going to undo that, and you're going to click Align Center. Okay. Make sure everything else is aligned left. Let's go down to the works cited page, because for the rough draft you should have had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pages. And if you look right here, it'll show you where the page would end if you were to print this. So I'm going to just delete until my works cited page comes all the way to the top of that page. Sometimes it's hard to do in the website, so if it's not perfect, I'm not going to take off lots of points for that part. Next thing you're going to want to do, make sure that your works cited page is Align Center, and the rest of this is to the left. You're going to select the actual citations, and there's a bar with a light bulb right here, and it says tell me what you want to do. You're going to type special indent, and it's going to come up right here. Click on it, and you're going to click hanging. And a hanging indent, what it does is it takes the first line of a sentence and it puts it all the way to the left, and everything else that's underneath it Everything else underneath it just shows the reader that this is one citation because of the way that they're written. It's kind of hard to read. Okay, and if you have extra spacing, delete it because you don't need any extra spacing, because now we've changed our indent so that we can see where one citation starts and one ends. If you have the paper right now, mine says source 1, source 2, source 3, source 4. You can keep that for the moment, but I'm going to show you how to fix it. Okay. So the next thing you're going to want to do is look over your paragraphs and make sure that they're following the pattern that we had on our outline. So you're going to want to have your topic sentence. Now I'm going to highlight it. You do not have to highlight it. I'm going to highlight it just to show you what I'm going to be looking for as far as the pattern goes. So here's my topic sentence. One of the most noticeable defects in a child with fetal alcohol syndrome is the physical appearance of the child. It's first one because here's my thesis. It matches my thesis. The next sentence should have evidence. Okay. So the next sentence says, in fact, brain damage is the most serious effect, and it tells me source 5. So that's absolutely correct. It's embedded. It tells me where it comes from. The periods after the parentheses. All I'm going to do is highlight the evidence. Okay. The sentence that follows is what we call commentary. Commentary is our own words and our own thoughts, and it basically explains or elaborates the evidence. So this one says, brain damage is the most serious effect, and then I wrote that brain cells are physically damaged by FAS. Okay, the next sentence should have evidence, which it does. A child with FAS will have a small head, epicanthy folds, flat midface, smooth phalangium, low nasal bridge, small eye opening, short nose, thin upper lips, and an underdeveloped jaw. So I'm going to highlight in that green just so that you can see the pattern. You do not have to highlight yours, but you can if you want. Okay, the sentence that follows should be my own words. The child's head and face will be most affected. And then I'm going to have another piece of evidence. Also, the child's fine motor skills are most affected than gross motor skills. Then the sentence that comes after it will be my own. Activities such as writing will be difficult. Additionally, these children may also suffer from hyperactivity. Notice that this one does not have quotation marks. Even though it does not have a quotation marks, that does not mean that it's not something that I found online. I did find it online. It's just paraphrased, so I'd still highlight it green because that tells me that I found it online. The next sentence says, the child may have a difficult time remaining seated or still for extended periods of time. That's commentary. It gets turned blue. Infants born with FAS are associated with low birth rate and preterm birth. Found it online. Green. These infants will not have ample time to mature in the womb. Commentary. Blue. And then the next sentence is just a transition into the next one. More than just the child's appearance will be affected by this condition. So for my thesis, this paragraph will be about the mental defects. Okay, so whenever I check your formatting grade, I'm going to check, do you have Times New Roman, size 12 font, source word, quotation marks. You're following this pattern. Okay, go through your paper, make sure that you have all those, and I'm going to make another video just about the works cited page.